Hi, I'm Anna.
I'm Ben.
We're AutoSave. Welcome to our
Today
channel.
we're watching Nisemonogatari Season 1, Episode 8. We're at a new section.
And we're
Tsukihi!
excited. Tsukihi.
We had a lot of Karen. I wonder how much Tsukihi we'll get.
Maybe the same amount.
Ready?
Yes.
Sweet. Let's end our story. True identity. Love the paneling. It's April now. Sly. Immortal.
An immortal imposter. And she's like in the egg.
See Araragi shrouded again. This is unique.
Some things never change. Like her hairstyle changes, but the egg pin.
Wow.
Whoa, okay.
Circle.
Circle! Another circle.
Circles.
More circles. Success, achievement.
Circles.
We need Senjukahara to sharpen the pencil for us.
True. Ouch. A lesser being such as you. Do you see red hair?
Yeah, I saw red.
We wanted attention.
We remember
Phoenix!
Oh, it's like a
interesting.
It is very different than what she was wearing. Who are you?
Jesus.
You created this.
Jesus. This motivation.
You better say it's cute.
Oh!
A rib-shattering hug. Oh,
Oh!
Never compliment her again. Be thankful for the vampire in you.
Probably because his ribs are crushed.
I would never disobey him. Wow, we really got closer during this.
Oh shit.
Is that my competition? Yeah, I know her well.
Oh my, Master Kambaru? We want to be a disciple. That, it does make a lot of sense.
I bet Kambaru would love Karen.
What an interesting shot.
つうかお前の土下座とか土下座なんて現代社会においては一種の暴力だからな。
じゃあ足舐める。親指から順番に舐めるから。
だからそういうことをやめろっつってんだよ。
じゃあ少女やる。
What the fuck?
Is he about to kick her?
Punch her in the face? Holy shit.
I'm so proud of you, Aragi. And she stuck the landing.
一応気にしといてやるけど、カレンちゃん、お前外じゃそんなことしてねえだろうな。
するわけねえじゃん。私みんなの憧れなんだから。
She can only be a little sister at
し
home.
月ちゃんのやつ、よく服を貸してくれたな。
うん。だからこっそり買ったんだ。
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
怒られるぞ。
とはいえ、このミニスカ蹴り足出すには。
Functionality.
お前どうやって僕がカンバルと仲良しだって知ったんだ？
ああ、うん。それはカンバル先生の。
The skirt's not fall. It's defying, like, oh, okay.
There's a newsletter? Oh god.
それで調べてみれば、なんとカンバル先生は兄ちゃんを死のように仰いでおられるとか。お願いだからカンバル先生を紹介してくんないかな。
What do you know about organization, Karen?
きっとカンバル先生と私は。
I agree with this.
だが僕はカンバルに妹を紹介するつもりはないのだ。紹介できない理由がある。それはカンバルの一般的にはあまりに知られていない性癖を僕は立場上知ってしまっているがゆえの理由である。カレンちゃん。
He has a point.
はい兄ちゃん。
諦めろ。
Oh!
Didn't we already break those ribs?
可愛い妹の頼みが聞けねえってのかよ。
土下座でダメなら迷わず暴力だ。ありえない。なら勝負しかねえか。揉めたら勝負だろ。僕たちの場合は言っとくけど対等じゃねえぞ。
We're done studying. Clear the desk.
カレンちゃん、ゲームで言うならことこじゃなくて親と子。
Okay.
私はカンバル先生に会うためにならどんな条件でもクリアする。
I believe her. Mainly because I want to see her meet Kambaru.
ちょっと待ってろ。道具を用意する。
The tools.
That's suspicious.
その手にしているのは私の歯ブラシじゃないか。まさか兄ちゃん、その歯ブラシを私の尻に突き立てるつもり。
What?
私の兄ちゃんだぜ。恐ろしいことを考えやがる。
Dude, look
He
at
has
his posture
toothpaste.
right now.
そんな恐ろしいことは考えない。
He literally could not have come up
歯
with
ブラ
that.
シってのは歯を磨くための道具なんだぜ。
別にここで歯を磨けっていうわけじゃねえだろ。
そう、そんなことは言わない。磨けなんて言わない。磨くのは僕だ。
This music is so
それ
presidential.
も僕の歯を磨くんじゃねえぜ。お前の歯を僕が磨くのだ。
Like she's a little kid.
それがどうして勝負になるんだ。
お前とか月日ちゃんとか美容室で髪切ったりするだろ。だけど僕はああいうの結構抵抗があるんだよ。知
I
らな
love
い
this.
人間に頭触られるって変に緊張するっていうか、心理学的にも髪の毛を触るってのはかなり親密な間柄じゃねえと許
But
され
your
ないことらしい
teeth.
な。まあ一番わかりやすいのが散髪ってやつなんだけど、
And a
そういう
less
のが
obvious is toothbrushing.
お前はさっき気軽に捉えたようだが、歯磨きを他人に任せるという経験は通常あり得るものじゃない。つまりだカレンちゃん、他人に歯を磨かれる行為にはかなりの心理的抵抗が生じるってことなんだ。この心理的抵抗に5分間耐えることができたら、
You're at the dentist, you know?
5分以内に値を上げたら僕の勝ちだ。その時は
We're brushing her teeth for 5 minutes.
Surely we're using like extra soft bristles.
さすがの私も。
Is it a good flavor toothpaste?
Yeah, what toothpaste are we using? Like,
そうか。
おう、むしろ望む。
this sounds too easy.
そりゃ赤の他人に歯磨きされんの
But
は
you're not a
嫌だけど
total
さ
stranger.
この場合はやるのが兄ちゃんなわけじゃん。むしろもっと困難なハードルを設置してほしかったのに。
じゃあ勝負開始でいいな。そこ座れよ。
Now I'm kind of scared.
さあ、その身をもって偉大なるカンバル先生の恐怖を味わうがいい。 気づいたか。しかし手遅れだぜ、カレンちゃん。体の内側をいじるのだ。非常にわかりやすく言ってしまうと快感が生じるのである。
Seeing teeth animated from the inside is so odd.
The bristles.
I want to see an animation breakdown of toothbrush.
Imagine animating this and you go to your dentist like the next day and they know you did this.
Yeah.
I think I would have like thrown up by now.
Whoa.
As it should. Was like her running away?
It's the duration. It's like her running the marathon
running
that is...
Because it's like 5 minutes, right?
Yeah. This is part 1 of Tsukihi.
I know, I was about to say.
Yes, right?
I feel like we're like almost done already with this episode. Don't let Senjugahara hear you say that.
羽川と勝負できる人類なんかいるわけねえだろ。錯覚だ錯覚。特殊なシチュエーションが僕を酔わせているだけ。わかってる。
He's right that this is a rare situation. They're both trying their hardest right now to win. I noticed the effort.
The music.
Is he losing? Is he about to lose?
I mean, he is losing.
Someone... Go get the knife.
磨いたりしてあげながらカレンちゃんを慈愛顔でベッドに押し倒してるの？なんでカレンちゃんは私の服を着てお兄ちゃんからうっとり顔でベッドに押し倒されてるの？
It's an incredibly awful, uncomfortable situation that you're witnessing.
It was a test. I'm trying to meet Kambaru.
Thanks, Tsukihi.
Yeah, that adds up.
温情判決が下された。情状酌量の余地ありか。せめて執行猶予くらいはつくものかと僕とカレンは岩手に期待した。
すぐにコンビニ行って千枚同士を買ってくるから。
期待空振り。死刑判決だ。
Oh my god.
Don't tell her that! So we're the reason that Tsukihi Phoenix happens.
You failed, Araragi. You had such an advantage.
もし兄ちゃんがどうしてもって言うなら仕方ないから3本勝負にしてあげてもいいんだぞ。ほら、途中で月日ちゃんの邪魔が入ったし、普通ああいう時はノーゲームじゃん。それに
She's too much like Kambaru.
時間を持て余すし、帰参時に延長戦に付き合ってやってもいいんだぜ。
Over.
じゃあその再戦を申し込んじゃおうかな。
おう、受けて立つぜ。
今度は親と子を変えてやってみるとか。
うん、その方がフェアだよね。
そんなわけで今朝を境に僕とカレンは
Now always brush each other's teeth.
It's like Chip Skylark. really weird.
But really weird. So I think what this was the catalyst of whatever Tsukihi Phoenix is going to be. That her running out to the convenience store or whatever specialty store she has to go to is going to be when she encounters said oddity. And the emotional state is spurred on by what we all just witnessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
物申しの申し子こと私ですがいかがお過ごしでしょうか今日はじゃんけんに申す
Okay.
私のような子供がする分にはまだしも大の大人がするとなると手役の五感があまりにも幼稚園だと思いませんか
She does have a new hairstyle.
僭越ながら不詳私はグーチョキパーを大人っぽく言い
Agreed.
ことを提案します世間に投じる一石義理と人情の稲葉さみ気をつけてください遊び感どころか勝負感もなくなりましたね次回月日フェニックスその2
Okay, that was Nisemonogatari, Season 1, Episode 8. That was one of the episodes I've ever watched.
One of the
That was
what
one of the
episode?
episodes
That was just
I've
one
ever
of the
watched.
episodes I've ever watched.
I don't... It was so unique.
It definitely was.
I've never seen anything like that before.
And wasn't the reasoning to prepare for a possible inevitable meeting with Kanbaru?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have so many thoughts, but I think half of them are delegitimate. Like, I can't tell... Like, I was half joking during the episode when I had said, like, I wanted a breakdown, like, of animation of this. I truly do. Not only because I think the animation in Monogatari is phenomenal.
Amazing.
And not because of the research that would have had to gone into animating this if you wanted to do it properly. But more important, I want to know, like, narrative intent and if there is any, and if there is, what it is.
Okay, that's
what
a good
goes
question.
behind an episode like this, because, like, there's so much of it that is absurd artistically that I can try to take an objective approach at saying, yeah, it's Monogatari, you lean into classic tropes, you see fucking presidential chorus music playing while these things are happening. But then there's this next step that my mind's trying to connect to that I don't know if it's just me making up or not, of, like, we're 8 episodes in, Araragi has done nothing but characterize and phrase both of his sisters as younger, not able to... He's not looking at them at this next step of life and development that
Maturity.
Yeah, and maturity. And the 8 episodes in, now we get the episode that between these two characters specifically, we're approaching a relationship dynamic with them that hasn't been looked at in the past.
I think that that's the purpose of this episode, is to show us a kind of the divide now that is being created within the existing dynamics. What was the dynamic was that both little sisters were being somewhat ignored by their older brother and not involved in his life. But both little sisters became who they are as justice fighters because of, maybe, I mean, we know for sure for Karen, but both sisters have become who they are greatly to do with their older brother, Araragi. And here we have one of the little sisters, because we've seen episodes now of this growth, getting to a new page with her brother in comparison to the other little sister. A page that the other little sister has not gotten to yet. In terms of closeness, in terms of understanding, in terms of you have now done something for me. And also think about it just purely with what Karen got to do with Aragi. Not this episode, but like last episode. We get a line from Tsukihi about how Karen is upset that Aragi no longer spars with Karen. And that's like in the first episode or so. We get that idea that their dynamic has changed. Aragi doesn't spar or fight or play with Karen and Tsukihi anymore, and that it really messes with Karen. But what did Karen get last episode? A battle and a talk, like a really good kind of moment with Araragi where she got to hash out everything with him, and they got to step into a new page of understanding and connection with each other as siblings. And Tsukihi was not involved in that. If anything, we told Tsukihi to stay home. And so that's what I feel like the purpose for this episode has to be, is that we have both characters being shown to be scared of Tsukihi and her response when she enters the room, of both being like, oh my gosh, you noticed this. But what's really happening could be a lot deeper, is that both feel separated from Tsukihi in some way, that she is not involved, obviously, in this activity that's in this episode, but there's like a deeper fact to that.
Where along the spectrum can an individual go? Can you say that this entire episode and plot point is that, and the change in difference because we've gotten to watch all of Bakemonogatari, Kizumonogatari, and now we're watching Nisemonogatari, so we can see plot points that are being hit throughout the entirety of the series and then changed, diverted, intentionally exaggerated on in a way that will make fun of itself to get a point across? Or are you watching just this episode of the anime or the story, or you've seen it all and you're like, oral fixation, toothbrush, absurd, siblings? And where do you lie? Like, not you, but philosophically. But legitimately, holy shit, when did this come out? Like, I feel like the animation in this show is so absurdly consistent that I don't have an explanation for it.
There's never really a lacking, like, episode or season from what I can notice. It's all given a lot of love.
Initially going through the episode, why one of my like thoughts of like, am I reading too much into like if there's narrative intent behind this, was we see so much from Araragi's point of view, and his first reaction to Karen wearing what she wasn't that of perversion. It was like there were a couple of bullied cosplay. There were a couple of like iterations before that felt like Araragi the previous 7 episodes to this. Oh, this is what we're actually doing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I don't know. That was crazy.
It was. And now Tsukihi is left the building, and we can only imagine that she is going to encounter some oddity. Maybe not from her leaving the room just now, but maybe this is an example of her viewing a sibling connection and dynamic that has changed, that she is not a part of throughout the course of weeks, and it builds up like, what is going on here? Why am I being left out? Why do I not have a close relationship with you guys? Why don't you want to brush my teeth? Like,
who's the best person you could send this episode to? Or like clips from this episode? Is it like a friend who's in dental school? Is it like...
No, dude, that like, brings up... Wasn't I so right that, like, imagine you animated this scene or wrote this scene, and then you go to your dentist, like, the next day, and your dentist knows you did this? Like, that's gonna be an interesting encounter with your dentist.
See, like, since starting AutoSave, I haven't been able to watch as many of reaction videos, which like I loved, which got us into this just because of time and not wanting to get spoiled by anything about anything. And I just want to watch a true anatomical dental work breakdown, like a dentist reacts to
that. The teeth better have been real anatomy there. That better have been authentic.
Like,
that better have been good.
I want to know if the camera angles were even possible, like, or like depending on focal length. I don't know.
It's like when you go in and they have to take pictures and you have to get the stuff stuffed in.
Those looked like some soft bristles, bro.
Those were the softest bristles of... Okay, also one of my complaints is the fact that there was toothpaste on it. And then it's shown that it's, like, clean and there's no more toothpaste by the end. But I'm like, my mouth would be so like chalky and minty and bleh, you know, if I couldn't like rinse out my mouth with water or something.
Depends on the brand of toothpaste, I guess, how much of it, like how you're applying it, you know?
What flavor was the toothpaste?
I think that's
Will
a
we
great
ever
question.
know? Like bubble gum, mint?
Ew. Did you have a favorite flavor of toothpaste?
At the dentist? Because you
Yeah.
can have like different flavors of
At the
different things at the dentist. I would normally go for probably more like a cherry sort of thing or bubblegum. Did you?
I think I tried them all, but I always
Gotta catch
ended
'em
up
all.
going with like something artificial like mint because I hate when something tries to mimic something and the only thing that comes out of it is like a massive like concentrated shitty version of that flavor.
Like you look at something and you're like, oh, this is apple flavored, and then you read the back and it's like not using real apples, and then
Yeah.
it's like, huh?
Well, some
What?
like if it's like a Jolly Rancher, fuck yeah, but if it's like a dental fluoride, I don't know, man. I will say that I don't know if anybody I can confidently say that unless I was a child or at the dentist, I've never had somebody else try to brush my teeth.
Mm-hmm. I feel like as a little kid, you probably had like
Oh,
one
yeah.
of your parents doing it or something to teach you how to do it. But yeah, I can say confidently that someone other than a professional and or maybe one of my parents when I was like 2 has never brushed my teeth for me. And maybe I'm missing out. Maybe that's the real lesson of this episode. And, you know, now I want to put a poll out there of like how many people asked someone else in their lives to brush their teeth after watching this episode.
Like you hear about some people like sharing a toothbrush. This is different. You know?
This is very different than sharing a toothbrush.
Okay.
Okay, well, the only other thing that I would want to talk about is hair. Oh, okay, not just hair, there's 2 things. Hair, I love that we changed characters' hair. Obviously, we had Hanakawa get a shorter do in Nisemonogatari, but we also have Tsukihi starting her arc, Tsukihi Phoenix, with different hair, slightly longer. And that's pretty cool. And then her opening, we
Opening
get
was great.
her with like a bunch of different hairstyles. And it makes me think of myself. Like, I feel like that's why I enjoy it, because I've always been the type of person that likes going from short to long to short to long. I've had all blonde hair on this channel. I've had pink hair. I've had brown. I've had short. I've had long. I've had blonde tips, but brown. I've had the blonde under dye, which is what I have right now.
I like when you had pink hair a lot.
The pink, like, I like having pink hair, but it's more just like I don't like the maintenance of hair color. I can't handle the
I don't think they'd look
maintenance.
good with the headphones either, because that was before we started recording, right?
No, I had pink hair.
Really?
Because I've done pink hair twice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And
So yeah, are we gonna meet Kanbaru? She is also someone who has a hairstyle change.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder, honestly, isn't that kind of interesting that we're having all of our kind of harem characters interacting with, I'm using harem because Hanakawa would use harem characters introduced to the sisters and starting to interact with the sisters within this, and Senjugahara is not maybe yet one of them. There's definitely like, I feel like you leave closeness of her getting close to the sisters maybe to last because that's your girlfriend.
Maybe, or you're not showing her because of the repercussions of what would happen to you if Senjugahara got to witness toothbrush time.
As long as he's not serious about it, it's okay.
You good?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. We hope to see you next time.